Live from the studios at Brigham Young University, the award-winning 11 News at Noon starts now.
I'm Ryan Turner. Polls are open here at the Health and Justice Department, where I'll talk with the Utah County Clerk and get all the details.
Vote at home. Mail-in ballots are making elections more accessible for everyone. Will they turn up, turn out?
And Lehigh lurker. Police are searching for a teenage boy luring young girls at a local park. I'm Mallory Jesperson.
And I'm Ashley Hudson. Welcome to 11 News at Noon. It's Election Day. The presidential election isn't until next year, but many local offices are on today's ticket.
Utah County saw an increase in primary election turnout this year, and officials hope to see more of the same today. People are lining up to cast their ballots for today's Utah County general elections. Let's go now to the Health and Justice Building, where 11 News reporter Ryan Turner is live this noon. Ryan, why is it so important that people show up to vote today?
Mallory, today's elections will determine a new city councilman and whether Propositions 1 and 4 are voted in. I'm here with Utah County Clerk Brian Thompson. Brian, the polls seem empty. Is this what it looks like countywide?
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, we just don't have as much participation in these municipal elections.
Do you anticipate that the polls will get busier later in the day as people get off work?
Yeah, usually our two biggest times are first thing in the morning and then after 5 o'clock as people get off work. But during the mid part of the day, there's really not much activity.
And I heard Provo City had early voting. Is that affecting the polls at all?
No, people that early vote usually have other commitments, so they won't be here on Election Day. But it's just the low turnout today, and it's not affected by early voting.
Utah County Clerk Brian Thompson, thanks. If people haven't voted yet today, they can still cast their ballots at the polls until 8 tonight. Live in downtown Provo, Ryan Turner, 11 News.
So, Ryan, where can people go to find their polling station that is near their homes?
People can go to vote.utah.gov and enter their address, and they'll find their nearest polling station.
All right, Ryan Turner, live in Provo. Thanks.
A few Utah cities are trying to boost this election's turnout by replacing some voting booths with mail-in ballots. 11 News reporter Natasha Haraki is live in the newsroom. Natasha, are there fewer people at polling stations because more people are voting from home?
Well, Ashley, mailing in your election choice used to be available for only very small communities and absentee voters. But this year, some larger cities are giving people that option. The Utah County Recorder's Office will wait until November 16th to tally the votes, giving time for all the mail to arrive. Live in the newsroom, Natasha Haraki, 11 News.
Natasha, any idea if this increased turnout at all?
Utah County Recorder Brian Thompson told me they sent out about 90,000 ballots and so far have gotten almost a quarter of those back.
Thanks, Natasha.
Nationwide, fewer and fewer voters cast their ballots in local elections. 11 News reporter Eric Morgan looked into why response rate is so low here in Utah. Eric, why are these numbers looking so low?
Well, Utah has developed a reputation for having low numbers, especially from the last presidential primary election. Now, local races are feeling it as well. Reports showing only about 14% of all Utah County turns out to vote. Experts say every vote counts, even if people think they're in the minority.
Eric, are there any other ways that they could increase this voter turnout?
Yes, Dine says that doing mail-in ballots and same-day registration could lower the cost of voting, potentially leading to more votes being cast.
All right, thanks, Eric. Park City and Davis School District voters will see big bond proposals on their ballots. Officials from both districts say schools are pushed to capacity and they need the money for maintenance and new buildings. These are the amounts both districts are asking for to build and rebuild some of their schools. Davis County says they want a new high school, junior high, and elementary schools. Park City says they want to expand the existing high school.
Police are looking for a suspect who is luring young girls into bathrooms at a Lehigh park. A safety bulletin says a 15 to 17-year-old male tried getting girls younger than 10 into bathroom stalls at Olympic Park. The report says one girl followed him where he told her to undress. The girl didn't and wasn't harmed. The bathrooms are now closed. Officers found Mackenzie Price, who went missing last night, safe in South Salt Lake. The 13-year-old left her home at 5:30 to go to a friend's house but never came back, prompting her family to alert authorities. Detectives are now investigating the reason Price left in the first place. They say media coverage led people to recognize the girl.
Most people in Mapleton slept through an earthquake early Monday morning, and safety experts hope this reminds people to prepare. 11 News reporter Tyler Nelson saw the extent of the damage. Tyler?
Mallory, that's right. Geologists say Utah County is due for a significant earthquake, but this tremor wasn't even a wake-up call. Scientists say they don't know if the much larger quake will come tomorrow or years down the road, so people should be prepared no matter when it decides to hit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You don't want a natural disaster to be the reason why you're prepared, but at least it's kind of pushing it that way.
We'll take that small one and use it as a reason to start getting ready for something bigger.
Exactly.
When 11 News at Noon continues, deserted in a desert, Arizona police find a 5-year-old girl alone with a loaded gun.
And temple traffic. Provo prepares for close to 1 million visitors to Center Street. Stay with us. People from all over will be flooding the streets of Provo to see the new city center temple, and there's a lot of work to do first. City officials say they're busy making plans for parking to facilitate the grounds with 1,600 designated spaces in the surrounding area. The city say they expect to welcome more than 800,000 guests when it opens to the public mid-January through early March. They say the temple will average close to 20,000 guests each day.
In terms of the open house, I think we're just excited to welcome a lot of folks who haven't been to Provo, some of whom may not have been here for decades, and to have an opportunity to showcase the good things that are happening in Provo.
Parker says he's been in contact with UTA for transportation and says he's excited for the new atmosphere the temple will bring.
Police kill a rancher in Idaho. Authorities find a girl alone in the Arizona desert with a loaded weapon, and police handcuff a Michigan boy at his after-school program. Here's your look at news from across the nation. In Idaho, it started with a driver hitting a cow and ended with a dead rancher. Emergency crews arrived at the accident and tried to put the animal down, but its owner, Jack Yantis, came out with a gun. The situation escalating, leading Yantis and police to fire at one another, leaving one of the deputies injured and Yantis fatally wounded. An Arizona man faces child abuse and endangerment charges after authorities say he left his 5-year-old granddaughter alone in the desert with a loaded gun. They say 62-year-old Paul Rader took the girl for a ride in his pickup and left her with a loaded and cocked .45 caliber handgun while he went for drinks and a cheeseburger. And a Michigan mom wants answers after her 7-year-old was handcuffed in his after-school program. Her son says he was kicking a cart, which led police to come restrain and handcuff him. The boy has ADHD, but his mother says it doesn't make him violent. Police didn't have a key to unlock the cuffs, so they couldn't release him until they found one. And that's your look at news from across the nation. Mallory?
First counselor in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints presiding bishopric, Dean M. Davies, spoke at today's Brigham Young University devotional. Bishop Davies told students to plead for heavenly help through prayer. He shared experiences from his own life, like when he was securing a site for the LDS Temple in Philadelphia.
If the Lord cares enough to send His Spirit and make available a site for a temple, do you not suppose that He will send His Spirit and prepare your heart and guide your steps not only this day, but throughout the rest of your life and for the remainder of eternity?
Leslie Thorne Murphy, Associate Professor in the College of Humanities, will be next week's devotional speaker.
Well, Aubrey, it's looking windy out there. Any rain headed our way?
It's definitely windy. In fact, there are wind advisories all over the state. And rain, that's headed our way too. I'll have all your details for you when we come back. Well, I am here in the heart of Provo. I'm in downtown Provo. It is a beautiful day. Now, I know many people may be scared about this wind that's happening. It's not so bad. If you're worried about the wind, go out and vote anyways. Don't let the wind scare you away. Currently outside in Provo, we are looking at 55-degree temps, but with that wind chill, it is going to feel more like 50 degrees. Across the nation, we are seeing storms all over. Some big storms have brushed past northern Utah, but all over Utah today, we will see some storms. As far as our high temps for the day, we are going to see weather in the 50s and 60s. St. George starting to look more like the rest of the state with their warm temps, their cool temps rather, 62 degrees. They're used to those warm temps, but not today. Now, Cedar City, Moab, Nephi, Provo, Salt Lake, and Vernal all having wind advisories, and Wendover is in a high wind warning advisory right now. As far as tonight, what we're going to see, we are going to see temps in the low 30s. We could see a chance of snow. So if you are looking for a white Thanksgiving, well, you could be in luck. We are headed that way with very cool temps, rain and snow, possibly through today and tonight. As far as the 5-day forecast for southern Utah looking more like northern Utah with their very cool temps, but they're getting a chance at having some fall weather themselves. They will have some storms, but through the week it will start to clear up for them. As far as northern Utah, same thing. More rain ahead, and we will see that clear up towards our weekend as well. So if you do have an umbrella, I would keep that handy through the next few days, and especially if you have your umbrella today, I would hold on tight. It's going to be very windy and possibly very wet later today. So reporting live in downtown Provo, Aubrey McKay, back to you.
All right, thanks, Aubrey. I'm loving this weather. I mean, the wind was going crazy, but I was loving it.
It is pretty windy. I'm a little nervous about it, but hopefully it'll...
Too bad. I forgot my umbrella today. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Well, luckily there's not a home football game this weekend, so hopefully the snow won't affect that. But there is an away game. We're going to talk about that a little bit when 11 Sports comes back. Best of the best. Kyle Collinsworth may be injured, but he's got all national eyes on him. And calling new coaches, women's lacrosse and rugby got some new team leaders after receiving extramural status. I'll tell you all about it with sports coming up next. Welcome back, Cougs. I hope you had an awesome bye week and you're getting pumped against SJSU this weekend. And if that's not exciting enough, BYU Athletics announced all the details about Mizzou. The game will kick off at 5:30 p.m. on November 14th at Arrowhead Stadium. Anyone who can't make it out, the SEC Network will broadcast that game. And even without a game last week, the Cougars still caught national attention, this time for Halloween costumes. Players dress up like characters from Remember the Titans. ESPN Sports Center and other national news sources tweeted about the spot-on costumes, and senior wide receiver Mitch Matthews said the original cast members even saw the picture and called to say thanks. This isn't the first time the team had some Halloween spirit.
So we did something similar last year with Sandlot, so we thought we had to top it this year, and I think we did. So.
And the list for the top 50 college basketball players is out. The Cougars' own Kyle Collinsworth made those ranks. BYU Athletics announced Nikki Dabrowski will coach the women's lacrosse team after being a BYU team captain for 2 years. She helped the Cougs get on the WCLA tourney her freshman and sophomore year and earned MVP defender 2 years in a row. The women's lacrosse coach isn't the only one receiving a warm welcome. BYU also announced the new extramural women's rugby coach, and he has big plans for the team. Did you guys watch Monday Night Football? Because let me tell you, Andrew Luck did not have the luckiest night. And we had a crazy night in the NBA, at least LeBron James did. 25,000.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible. He's the 20th player to ever do it, but he is the youngest.
Wow. How old is he, do you know?
I don't know his exact age, but...
Man, that's insane.
And that's his total career?
Yeah, over his whole career,
Okay.
25,000 points.
Wow.
And also those Halloween costumes that are BYU.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Spot on. Even the mud stains were right in place.
I saw it on Twitter, definitely retweeted it. So thank you so much, Clara. And still to come on 11 News at noon. Peanut butter jelly time. America's favorite lunch gets the celebration it deserves. We'll be right back.
Today may just have people finishing each other's sandwiches. From gooey grilled cheese to ham and Swiss on wheat, November 3rd is National Sandwich Day, when people celebrate America's favorite lunch food. This all-in-one meal was made popular in England by none other than the Earl of Sandwiches himself. Participating restaurants are offering sandwich deals in honor of this fine food to celebrate the occasion.
I like this holiday.
I know that one company doing that is Subway. They're having buy one, get one free. So maybe we have to have a lunch break afterwards.
All right, definitely. Well, that's your 11 News at noon for Tuesday, November 3rd.
For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at 11news.byu.edu.
Thanks for joining us and have a great day.